Hey, what is up guys? RTDE here, coming to you guys today with another video about the CES Day Zero coverage. I say Day Zero because CES hasn't actually started yet. This is the CES coverage of January 2016, and CES actually starts on Wednesday, January 6th of 2016. So Day Zero, this is information that companies, manufacturers, and stuff like that have released information about some of their upcoming products, or products that they just released within these last couple days, Tuesday and Monday, and stuff like that, before actual CES Day 1 starts. So we're going to jump into this article here from Ars Technica, not to be confused with Audio Technica, the manufacturer of high-end studio-grade headphones. We're going to jump into this article, if I can speak today. This is the Polaris architecture release information about AMD's new Polaris grade architecture. This is the new architecture that from Fiji to now, this Polaris is the new architecture that AMD GPUs will be made on. Now they're going down from, as you can see here, they're going from a 28 nanometer process down to a 14 nanometer process, and they're doing this for a couple of reasons. Nvidia is very efficient in TDP levels of their graphics cards. So if you take a Titan X and a 950 and put it up against the R9 270 or 370, or do they even have a 360 or something like that? Or and put it up against like a Fury X, against the Titan X and stuff like that, the TDPs are obviously going to win as far as Nvidia goes. Nvidia has always been much more efficient as far as TDPs. So this is going to change it and make it, they're going to try to make it where the 950 equivalent graphics card of this new generation Polaris and AMD side is supposed to have half the TDP usage compared to the 950. So 950 is right around 150 TDP wattage, and then the new Polaris, whatever graphics card they're going to be calling it, is supposed to have around 80, 75-ish. And they're trying to do that at the same time as also bring better frame rates. So even these lower-end cards are going to have HDMI 2.0 on them to enable HDMI transfer of 4K 60Hz footage or video, audio playback within your games and stuff like that. So that's pretty nice hearing. So the next thing we're going to look at here is from Engadget. This is Nvidia's Drive PX2 liquid-cooled supercomputer. Now this is a device, it's here in his hand. This device has 4 chips on it. So it has 2 Intel processors on it, and it has 2 Nvidia, they're calling it the Pascal GPUs on it. Now, no one knows exactly what the hell they are, but it has 4 chips actually on the die, so there's 2 on the front and 2 on the bottom, or 2 on the top and 2 on the bottom, back, front, whatever you want to call it. And this thing is so efficient that it's considered to have the equivalent power of 150 MacBook Pros inside of your trunk. So that's literally how big it is. They said it's about 8 by 8 by 4 inches cubed, so it's supposed to be about the size of a lunchbox that you would use when you were younger. And this thing is supposed to enable the next generation of supercars that can drive themselves. They have a whole thing. Go to Nvidia's website, I'll have that linked, or Nvidia on YouTube, I'll have that linked down below, and you can find all the information. They have like 9 videos about the different parts of this press conference, primarily about the Drive PX2 liquid-cooled supercar. So let's go on here to the next thing. Another thing by Nvidia. Nvidia also announced the GeForce GTX VR Ready program. That's literally what it's called, the GeForce GTX VR Ready program. So that's what you look up. And basically, it is the VR headsets combined with your graphics cards, 970 or higher, and your PC with 2 times USB 3.0. So it's allowed you to connect your VR headsets into the PC. And this is supposed to be technology kind of like their Nvidia Game Works, or Game Doesn't Works. But it's supposed to allow for better VR experiences, and what they're doing is, if you have an SLI configuration, they're making it where one GPU will draw the left eye's visuals, and then the other GPU will draw the right eye's visuals, which is pretty cool. So they're splitting up the flow between CUDAs on one being just for one eye, and then the other one, and then they sync it all together, and it makes it look really nice. So that's pretty cool. That's coming directly from Nvidia. So now we're going to go over to the OCD 3D's website here, and they have a topic about motherboards. Now this is pretty cool. MSI is actually making carbon fiber plated motherboards. The actual like armor pieces on there are carbon fiber, and they're also making them RGB. So I thought when I first looked at this that you could either get the blue one, the green one, the orange one, or the yellow one, or of course the red one. But it turns out that all these lights on these are all RGB. So you buy one motherboard that can go to all colors. And the cool thing about it is none of the accents on the motherboard is actually going for a different color. So it's all carbon fiber. So you can set any color, and you'll have color neutral motherboard to match whatever color setup you want to make. So that's pretty nice. So instead of having like a red motherboard chipset heat spreaders and stuff like that, and the chokes, heat spreaders, and all that stuff, and the MOSFET, instead of being like red or something like that, and then you have RGB colors, you can really only set it to red to actually match the rest of the system. Carbon fiber all across the board, change it to whatever color you want, you'll get matching everywhere. So the next thing we're going to look at is the blog official Oculus Rift pre-orders open on the first day of CES, day 1, on January 6th, 2016. So you can actually pre-order the actual headset, posted by Oculus VR. So that's pretty cool. You can just scroll down here and check out the link. I'll have all these links in the video description right below that like button. Please make sure to slap that like button if you really like this in video. If you want to see more CES coverage right here at RATDE. So Tech Power Up now has another thing. This is posted on Monday. Tech Power Up has some information about the new Corsair cases. Corsair on YouTube, I'll also have that link below. They also released some of their cases. So this is kind of interesting. So they came out with the 600C and the 600Q. So basically those are inverted ATX motherboards inside of a chassis that actually makes it where the motherboard is flipped upside down and on the other side, the other panel. So these new cases, the 400Q and the 400C, are just regular ATX cases that are a little bit smaller without the 5¼ inch bays on them, so that's pretty nice, and it has shrouds on the bottom. So this is standard ATX, not inverse. So what this is basically the same thing. They have a sound dampening material one, that's the Q. They have a clear windowed one, that's the C. That's all you need to know. Here's the video, here's the article. Just take a look at it, and then there you go. So the next thing here is by Corsair yet again, and this is their new case, the Spec Alpha. It's to add another line to their Spec Alpha. So basically, it is what it is. Look at this. This is pretty cool. Look at this animation. They have it in a couple of different colors. They have black and silver, or red and white. And it looks really sharp. So you have 2 intake fans in the back and one exhaust fan in the back, and 2 intake fans in the front and 1 exhaust fan in the back. And basically what they're trying to say here is that you have straight airflow. So airflow comes in the front and just goes directly out the back. So basically they're just saying it's optimized so your airflow doesn't actually go through any turbulence or try to get out the back of the case. So you have supposedly better temperature, stuff like that. But I mean, it's pretty nice. It has all these things. It's powered by SATA with a fan connector there, or fan headers there, at least 3 of them. It has a nice front bezel here, so you have mesh on the side and the other side is solid. It's just a really nice case to look at here. So, all right, guys. This has been CES Day 0 coverage. I'll have CES Day 1 coverage up for you guys tomorrow, Day 2, and Day 3. This has been RATDE here, coming to you guys from Tech Devils. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you very much for watching.